You lie still in the dark, eyes closed, body held in a quiet tension that isn't rest but preparation. Like you're braced for something to happen, like sleep might finally come if only you stay perfectly still and watch closely enough. You've done everything right. The room is cool, the lights are off. Your breathing has slowed down over the past hour. Your mind has let go of emails and plans and worries. And yet here you are awake, still waiting for a shift that does arrive. Not because you're doing anything wrong, but because you've been handed an impossible task: to make sleep happen when it's not something you can do on command. The more alert you stay, the more your body leans into wakefulness like a muscle remembering how to work. You don't need to check the time, it's already in your bones. You know whether it's been 10 minutes or 30 because of how tight your shoulders feel, how fast your pulse echoes behind your ears. You're not trying to be awake, you're trying not to be awake, but that effort is what keeps you here. And one gentle note before we go further: this is a place to rest, not medical advice, and it is no substitute for professional care. If sleep keeps being hard night after night, a licensed healthcare professional is the right person to walk that with you. For tonight, there is nothing to fix. You've tried everything: reading a book until your eyes blur, counting breaths until the numbers fall out of order, lying perfectly still as though sleep could be summoned by physical surrender alone. But tonight isn't different from any other night when it comes down to this. Nothing has changed about how your body responds to the expectation that you must go to sleep. The more you try, really try, to relax into rest, the less likely it becomes. Not because something is broken in you, but because trying itself creates a kind of quiet alarm. Your nervous system hears, "Now I must sleep," and answers not with calm, but with focus. The same alertness that helped you survive danger once, now turned inward to monitor every flicker of drowsiness, like it's the only thing standing between you and failure. This is why so many people find themselves trapped in cycles where they can't fall asleep no matter what they do, why sleep refuses them even when their bodies are tired, even when their minds have quieted down. The problem isn't lack of effort, it's too much of the wrong kind. Sleep doesn't respond to trying, it responds to letting go. It cannot be forced. There is no sequence of actions that guarantees its arrival. And yet, because you've learned to equate sleep with success and wakefulness with failure, every night becomes a test where you're both judge and defendant. You don't need to understand why this happens for it to begin to make sense. Just notice how your body changes when you stop asking it to perform. That is the turning point, not in logic, but in sensation. The moment you allow yourself not to care whether sleep comes or not. The very act of not trying can be more powerful than any ritual of preparation. Tonight's work isn't about getting into bed with a plan for how this night will end. It's about entering it without intention, without hoping, without worrying, without monitoring the progress of your own body like a watchful gatekeeper. There is no goal to reach, no outcome to secure. You're not here to fall asleep any more than you'd be expected to summon rain just by standing outside with your hands up. Sleep happens in its own time and on its own terms when it's allowed to. It helps to think of sleep as something that doesn't belong to you, not really. It comes from a deeper layer of being, one where effort has no power. The more you try to control or summon it, the further away it slips. Not because it dislikes you, but because trying is incompatible with its nature. Sleep isn't an achievement, it's a surrender. So tonight we'll practice something that sounds strange at first. Allowing wakefulness to stay as long as it needs to, without resistance, without blame, without pushing against it in any way. You're not failing if you don't fall asleep. You haven't failed anything at all. This is not the kind of night where effort counts. There's no prize for lasting longer awake or falling asleep first. If you've ever said to yourself, "Stop trying to sleep. Why can't I fall asleep even when tired?" Trying too hard to fall asleep, you're already in tune with what this moment is about. These thoughts don't mean you're doing it wrong. They mean your mind has been trying to fix something that doesn't need fixing. You've been taught to believe sleep must be earned, and so every night becomes a performance where the only thing that matters is whether or not you succeed. But tonight we'll unlearn that belief, not by arguing with it, but by simply stepping out of its way. There's no reason why this should feel difficult, only because you've spent years reinforcing the idea that rest must be earned through effort. But what if the real work was letting go? What if your job wasn't to make sleep happen, but to allow yourself to be still? Though the body doesn't need a plan, it just needs permission, not for sleep, but for rest. You don't have to do anything special tonight. No breathing techniques, no mental journeys or visualizations. Just this. Lie there as you are, arms relaxed at your sides, legs gently uncrossed, shoulders softening into the mattress, not because you're trying to relax, but simply because gravity is doing its work and you're letting it. Notice how the weight of your body sinks, how each part settles deeper with every breath. The back of your head presses lightly against the pillow, your hips curve naturally into the bed's surface, your feet stretch out without strain. You don't need to make any adjustment. There is no right position to aim for, only one that already exists. Let your awareness drift downward, like dust settling in still air. Not searching, not checking. Just noticing where you feel pressure, where warmth pools, where tension lingers, even if it's just a faint holding in the jaw or tightness behind the eyes. There is no need to change any of that. You're not here to fix anything. You don't need to release every bit of strain before sleep can begin, because sleep doesn't wait for perfection. It begins when you stop fighting your current state. Let's say, just for a moment, that staying awake isn't failure. It's simply what's happening right now. Let it be true without resistance. Let the quiet hum of stillness settle in, not as preparation, but as the present reality. There is no before or after. No urgency to cross into sleep. There is only this: you are lying here, breathing slowly, aware of your body's presence on the bed, and that is enough. You've been trained to believe that time spent awake in bed is wasted, that every minute without sleep means another night lost. But what if you could stop measuring your nights by how much sleep they delivered? What if instead, each hour became an opportunity not to achieve rest, but simply to be at peace with being still? This isn't a practice of performance, it's a practice of presence. You don't need to fall asleep tonight for it to count as success. In fact, the more you release your attachment to sleep arriving, the more likely it becomes that you'll drift into it naturally, without noticing the moment it happens. There is no secret technique, no special trick, no sequence of steps or mental maneuvers, just this: stop trying to make anything happen, not even rest. Just let whatever is already present continue as it is. When your mind starts scanning again, checking whether you're drowsy, wondering if now is the time for sleep, the only response needed is a soft shift in attention back to sensation. The warmth spreading through your chest, the weight of your legs on the sheets, the way air moves into and out of your lungs without effort. You don't need to guide it, you just need to allow it. The mind will keep coming back to its old habits, checking, wondering, measuring. That's not a failure, it's proof that you're in the right place. The fact that your thoughts return so persistently tells me that this work matters to you. And now we can meet those thoughts without judgment. You're still here, you haven't slept yet. This is hard, and then gently, quietly turn away. No need to fix them, no need to push them out. Just let them pass like clouds through a sky that doesn't care if they stay or go. Let the breath slow further, not because you're trying to make it slower, but simply because your body knows its own rhythm when left undisturbed. There's no need to hold onto a specific pace. Just let each inhalation come as naturally as air rising after being still for too long. Your chest rises only slightly, just enough to meet the weight of what lies ahead, not in anticipation, but in acceptance. The out-breath is longer than the in, and that's fine. It doesn't have to be even. There's no rule book here about how breathing should look or sound. You don't need to regulate it, You're not performing for anyone. This isn't a test of control, it's an act of surrender. The silence around you is not empty. It's full with the quiet hum of your own presence, the space between heartbeats, the subtle shift in air as warmth moves through fabric and skin. You don't have to listen for meaning in that stillness. It doesn't need to be filled with thoughts or images or sensations that prove you're doing it right. The silence is already full, just not with noise. It's full with space, with permission. And if the mind returns again to what it knows best, the checklist, the countdown, the moment when sleep might finally arrive, you can meet it without a word. You don't have to chase after calm or fight off restlessness. There is no before you were here and now you're not. You are already where you need to be. The bed doesn't demand anything of you beyond your physical shape resting on its surface. The way gravity settles into bone and muscle without asking for gratitude. You don't have to earn stillness by proving you've stopped trying. You're not being evaluated. No one is watching how long you stay awake or whether sleep ever comes. There's no scorecard in this room, no record kept of your performance, no tally marked beside your name when the morning light finally arrives. That quiet resistance, the urge to fix, to adjust, to get somewhere isn't a flaw. It's just what happens when we've been taught that every moment must produce something: sleep, peace, relief. But here is where it changes. This moment right now isn't about producing anything at all. It's not even about resting in preparation for tomorrow. It's simply about being present with the fact that you're awake, and that waking up doesn't mean you've failed. Let your attention settle again, not on trying to do better, but on what is already here: the slow rise and fall of your breath, the soft pressure behind your eyes as they stay closed, the faint warmth pooling in your palms where they rest. No need to deepen it. No need to make it more intense. It's not a practice of amplifying sensation. It's an invitation to notice what's already there. And if tension lingers, just one spot at the base of your neck or tightness behind your forehead, you can let it stay. Not with resistance, but with curiosity. You don't have to release it. There is no requirement that you feel better in order for this to be valid. What matters is not how comfortable you are, but whether you're allowing yourself to be exactly as you are. There's a kind of honesty in lying like this, eyes closed, hands open, mind wandering yet still present, that doesn't depend on results. It doesn't care if sleep comes or goes. It just wants to rest with the truth that you're here and what's happening right now, the quiet, the awareness, the breath, is already a kind of peace. You don't need to convince yourself it's enough. You don't need to believe anything other than this. You are lying down. That is real. The air moves through your nose. Your body rests in its own shape. There is no task left undone. No thing still waiting for you to fix it. Even if sleep doesn't come, even if the night stretches long and full of wakeful thoughts, you've already arrived. There's a softness that settles when trying stops, not because something new has been added, but because all the effort behind it has dropped away. The mind can stop hunting for drowsiness because it no longer believes it needs to find anything at all. And in that moment, without chasing or measuring, something else begins, not sleep, but a kind of stillness so deep it feels like forgetting. Not forgetting your name, not losing yourself entirely, just releasing the grip on needing to do something with this time. You don't need to fall asleep tonight for you to be where you're meant to be. There is no destination beyond this breath, this wait, this moment of simply being in bed without demanding anything from it. The body knows how to rest long before the mind believes it's safe to let go. The muscles remember what they were built for, not performance, but surrender, not effort, but ease. Let them be heavy again, not because you told them to be, but because your attention is no longer directing every movement. There's a quiet kind of strength in letting go when the shoulders fall not from fatigue, but from permission. The jaw softens without intention. The breath deepens not by command, but by nature. You're not doing it, you're just allowing what has always been there to return. And if thoughts come again, the ones that whisper this isn't working, or you should be asleep, or what if you never sleep again, just let them pass through the space like leaves on a stream, moving downstream without your help. You don't need to hold onto any of it. There's no reason to fight back against what appears in the mind when there is nothing left to prove. You're not trying to become someone else tonight, not the person who sleeps easily, not the one who can relax instantly, not even the version that never struggles at all. You are simply you, lying here, exactly as you are, with your eyes closed and your hands open on the sheets. That's enough. It has always been. The hours don't matter in the way they used to. They're not running against you anymore. The clock isn't ticking toward a failure. It's just marking time, not for you, but for the world outside. Inside this room, there is no urgency. There is only now the slow movement of breath, the quiet pooling of warmth beneath your skin, the way light might be creeping in somewhere far beyond the curtains without you needing to know. Let go of even the idea that this will end in sleep. Let it go not as a goal, but as a release, like unclenching a fist after holding on for longer than you meant to. There's no need to close your eyes tighter or breathe deeper. Just rest with what is already here. Your body in its natural position, the air moving through your lungs without effort, your awareness gently holding space for whatever arises. And if sleep comes when it does, it will not be because you worked hard for it. It won't arrive because of any particular thought or strategy. It will come quietly, like a shadow passing over still water, not forced, not summoned, just there, unexpected and unannounced. But even if it doesn't, that's fine too. You don't have to earn the right to rest by falling asleep. You're already resting. The act of lying still in bed with your eyes closed is its own kind of victory, not because you made sleep appear, but because you stopped fighting yourself long enough to let something else happen instead. There's a peace in that, so quiet it can't be named, so simple it feels like nothing at all. And yet, when you're truly aware of it, you know it was always there, waiting not for permission, but just for you to stop trying to take control. Let this moment continue as it will. Let the breath go where it needs to without guidance. Let your body sink deeper into the mattress with each passing second, not because you want to sleep, but because nothing else is asking you to move. You don't have to do anything anymore, not even rest. Just be here softly, slowly, gently, with no agenda and no outcome in sight. The night doesn't care how long it takes. The bed doesn't measure your progress. You're not behind. You never were. And so stay like this. Let the stillness grow, not to prepare for sleep, but simply because you've stopped trying to change anything at all. You are not waiting anymore, not for sleep, not for quiet, not for anything to change or arrive. There's no need to brace against what comes next because nothing needs to come at all. The air around you is still, not empty, but full of something that doesn't demand a name. You don't have to pull it into focus or make sense of its shape. It just is, the space between your breaths, the pause after the last note fades from memory, the moment before thought returns, already slipping away again. There's no reason now to count how many hours have passed since you turned off the light. Not because time has stopped, but because it doesn't matter whether you've been here 1 minute or 10. The only thing that matters is this: your body is not working against itself anymore. It's not tensing in anticipation of drowsiness, nor tightening with disappointment when nothing happens. There is no effort to keep the mind still, no pressure to make it stop spinning. You're not trying to do anything differently than you already are. Your hands lie on top of the sheets, palms open, fingers relaxed, fingertips just slightly damp where they press into fabric. Not stiff or clenched, but soft and unclaimed by purpose. They don't need to hold onto anything, not even your own attention. The weight of them is quiet, not heavy, not light, just present. Like the way a leaf settles in water after floating for hours, no longer chasing motion, no longer resisting sinking. And beneath that hands-on sheets feeling, something deeper has begun to settle, warmth spreading through your chest like slow ink in water. Not hot, not sudden, just a quiet gathering of heat where breath meets stillness. It starts low, near the core, and moves outward, not rushing, but drifting, as if it's been waiting for you to stop pushing away so it could finally show itself. You don't need to guide it. You don't have to will it into being or believe in its arrival. It simply is, this slow pulse of warmth moving through your ribs, behind your collarbones, up along the sides of your neck. Not a signal, not an invitation. Just presence, like sunlight on stone that doesn't need to be noticed to exist. Your shoulders have softened, not because you told them to, but because no one is asking them to hold anything anymore. There's no weight in the air above you, no tension from carrying expectations about what this night should look like. You're not supposed to fall asleep by a certain hour. You're not required to wake up feeling refreshed. You don't even need to remember how you felt when you first got into bed. The only thing needed right now is that your body stays in place, just as it is, just as it's been for the last hours, almost like stillness has grown stronger than motion. And if a part of you wonders whether this is what sleep feels like, well, let that question drift away too. Because even if it isn't sleep yet, there's no lack here. There's not absence or failure. There's only continuity, the quiet hum beneath the surface of awareness, where nothing is missing and nothing needs to be fixed. The silence in the room doesn't feel heavy anymore. It feels like a kind of holding, like the way old cloth holds warmth after being folded for years, just waiting for someone to remember how soft it still is. There's no sound that needs your attention, not the distant hum of pipes, not the creak of floorboards, not even the faint rustle from outside in the trees. You don't need to locate or identify any noise. Just let them happen as background, like breaths you're no longer keeping track of. Your spine lies along the curve of the mattress, no adjustment needed. It's already shaped by where your body rests, not by how long you've been there. There's a softness in the way it sinks into support, not too much, not too little, but just enough so that every part feels held without effort. Like the bed has learned to cradle you exactly as you are. And if something stirs, a flicker behind your eyelids, a shift in breath, a thought about tomorrow or last week's conversation, let it come like rain on a roof, falling where it will, making its own path through memory and sensation. You don't need to catch it, explain it, or decide whether it belongs. It can pass through the space you've made, not because you allowed it, but because there is no one left to resist. No part of you is trying to be somewhere else now. Not your mind, not your breath, not even your body's memory of fatigue. You're not fighting for sleep. You're not holding on to hope that this time will be different. There's nothing to prove, nothing to fix. Just the quiet unfolding of being here, softly, slowly, without demand. The darkness under your lids isn't a barrier anymore. It doesn't feel like missing something you can't reach. It feels more like returning to where you've always been, even when you weren't aware. Not in a place, but in a condition, the quiet before thought arises, the moment between heartbeats, the space where nothing is asked of you. And if sleep comes when it does, it will not come because you deserved it or earned it. It won't be handed to you as a reward for stillness. It'll arrive like morning light on snow, silently, without fanfare, already there before anyone knew it had arrived. But even then, you won't need to recognize it. You don't have to watch your body shift or feel the weight drop away. Just let it happen, without noticing, without needing to confirm. Because what matters isn't whether sleep comes tonight, but that you've stopped trying to make it come. That you've allowed yourself to simply be exactly as you are, awake, still, unhurried, not doing anything wrong, not failing at anything at all. The only thing missing wasn't sleep, it was permission. And now that's been given, not by a person, not by a technique, not by any particular act, but by the simple fact of releasing the need to control what happens next. The hours stretch on, but they're no longer measuring your progress or judging your pace. They are just time passing without meaning attached to them. Not fast, not slow, just being. Like air moving through an open window when no one is watching. You don't have to keep track of how long you've been lying here. You don't even need to wonder whether this will last. There's no end in sight, no final moment where everything resolves into clarity or completion. The night isn't trying to finish, and neither are you. There's only the next breath, the one that comes without intention, like a sigh from deep inside something that has forgotten it was ever tired. And then another again, not because you want them, but because they keep happening anyway. Your body is learning, slowly, quietly, that stillness isn't resistance. It's not emptiness. It's not waiting. It's just rest. Not the kind that comes after effort, but the kind that exists simply for itself. Even if your eyes stay open in the dark, their lids soft and unforced, you are already drifting into a space where sleep doesn't need to be summoned, where the mind can wander without being pulled back, where thoughts don't have to be answered or solved. There's no goal anymore, not even one that says just relax. That phrase is gone too, like an old habit discarded on its own. You're not relaxing, you're just letting go. And in this space between intention and action, between effort and surrender, something deeper begins, a kind of listening. Not to sound nor silence, but to the quiet hum of being alive, without needing to be anything more than that. You don't need to fall asleep to feel safe. You don't have to stop thinking to find peace. You don't even need to change your breathing to feel calm. And just this, you are here. Your body is in bed, your hands open, your breath slow and unhurried. No one's watching. Nothing is expected of you except to be exactly as you are, open, soft, still, awake, and free from the weight of needing to do it right. There's a kind of freedom in that, not loud or dramatic, but deep, like roots spreading underground without anyone noticing. Not because they're trying to grow, but because growth is just what happens when something stops fighting against itself. You are not waiting for sleep to arrive. You are not holding your breath in anticipation of it. There's no need to listen for signs or measure how long you've been still. The night has its own rhythm, and you're already part of it, breathing with the quiet pulse beneath the floorboards, drifting on the same current that moves air through cracks in walls when no one is home. Your body remembers this kind of rest, not as a goal, but as something ordinary, unremarkable, like dust settling after silence has been long enough to be trusted. There's no need to convince yourself anything is happening. No checklist of progress, no inventory of sensations to report back. Even the awareness that you are awake doesn't have to be managed or corrected. It can just be, like a shadow on the wall when the light changes without warning. You don't chase it, you don't name it, it's simply there, and so are you. The mind has been busy for hours, running through lists of things that mattered once, then forgotten again. But now, even those thoughts aren't urgent anymore. They pass like clouds over a field at dusk, visible only because the sky is still lit from earlier, but not pressing down, not claiming anything. You don't need to pull them back or push them away. There's no reason to respond. They have nowhere to go and nothing left to prove. You are allowed, really allowed, to stop noticing your own thoughts as if they were signals. Not because you've mastered them, but because you've stopped believing that meaning must be extracted from everyone. A thought may come like a whisper in the dark, not demanding attention, just floating through space where nothing is expected of it. And then it's gone without ceremony, without apology. There's no need to feel bad for being aware. No reason to punish yourself for staying awake when you're supposed to be sleeping. The body doesn't keep score. It only knows whether it feels safe. And right now, even in the stillness of your own quiet mind, there is a kind of safety, not because things are perfect or solved, but because nothing has been asked of you. You don't have to fall asleep to feel whole. You don't need to be tired before rest can begin. The idea that fatigue must precede calm is just another old story you've believed too long. Rest isn't earned through exhaustion. It's not given as a prize for enduring wakefulness. It's not something you earn by doing everything right, by dimming lights, avoiding screens, keeping your schedule precise. Rest exists on its own terms, like warmth rising from stone after sun has set, like the way silence lingers in an empty room long after sound has left it behind. You don't have to make space for rest. It doesn't need permission. It just is, when you stop insisting that something must be done. Your hands lie open on the sheets, not clenched against anything, not gripping hope or fear or expectation, just resting. The weight of them is real but not heavy. There's no effort in holding stillness, no strain in letting go. Your fingers are soft, your palms relaxed, like soil that has forgotten what it was made for. There's a kind of listening happening now, not to the clock ticking somewhere far away, nor to the faint hum of electricity through walls or ceiling tiles. It's not even listening to breath or heartbeat. It's deeper than hearing. It's more like presence, an awareness that doesn't search, doesn't probe, doesn't ask what comes next. It's as though you've stepped into a space where time isn't measuring anything, where minutes don't add up to progress. You're not advancing towards sleep or retreating from wakefulness. You're simply in the middle, neither early nor late, neither close nor far, just here. And because there is no direction, there's also no pressure. You can feel your shoulders sinking deeper into the mattress, not because you've willed them to, but because they've stopped resisting gravity. The weight of being upright has eased, not because you're tired, but because your body knows that standing still doesn't mean staying tense. It means letting go slowly, quietly, of any need to prove anything. There's a softness in the air around you, not from warmth or coolness, but from surrender, like fabric left on a chair after someone has stood up and walked away. The shape remains, but not the person. And yet it holds something still, the imprint of presence without effort. Your breathing doesn't need to be steady or deep or slow. It just breathes on its own, not because you're trying to regulate it, but because your body remembers how. There's no goal in the rhythm, no right pace. Just motion that happens naturally, like water finding a way through stone without being told. You don't need to control where attention goes. It may drift to the edge of your vision, the space just beyond what you can see with eyes closed. Or it might settle on the feeling behind your ribs, soft, quiet, like something breathing beneath skin that no longer feels tight. There's room for thoughts, but not for urgency. Room for memories, but not for judgment. Room even for wondering whether this will ever end, but only as a passing murmur, not a demand. And then it fades, not because you dismissed it, but because there was nothing to hold on to. The night doesn't need answers. The dark isn't waiting for something to be proven true or false. There's no test here, no evaluation, just space, long and open, and the slow unfolding of what happens when someone stops fighting against being awake. You're not failing at sleep because you haven't fallen asleep yet. You're simply living in a moment that doesn't care about outcomes. Your body isn't broken for staying still. Your mind isn't faulty for wandering. There's nothing wrong with lying here, eyes closed, breathing without intention, heart beating quietly beneath the surface of all this calm. The only thing missing was permission. And now it's not just given, it's lived. Not as a concept, but as an experience. The quiet realization that you don't have to do anything to be enough. There's no need for your thoughts to settle, no reason for your body to relax into sleep. The act of letting go isn't about achieving something new. It's about releasing what has been holding on too tightly, not with force, not with willpower, but simply by noticing that it's already loosening. You don't have to want rest. You only have to stop trying to earn it. And when you do, when the effort finally stops, the space between breaths becomes something deeper than silence. It becomes stillness that isn't empty. It becomes presence that doesn't require proof. Even if your eyes stay open, even if no drowsiness comes, even if hours pass with no change in sensation, you are already resting. Not because you're tired or close to sleep, but because the war has ended. The effort is over. You don't need to be asleep to feel safe. You don't have to stop thinking to be peaceful. You don't need a plan or a signal for calm to arrive, because it's already here, quietly spreading through your limbs like roots beneath soil that no one sees. There's no performance, no audition, no test of worthiness. Just the slow unfolding of what happens when someone finally stops trying to make something happen and instead allows everything to just be as it is. And in this space, between wanting and having, between effort and ease, you are already home. Not because you've arrived somewhere new, but because you've stopped chasing movement. You're not seeking a shift. You're not waiting for transformation. You're simply present, softly, silently, without demand. The night stretches on, but now it doesn't feel long or heavy. It feels like time that isn't counting against you. Like breath that doesn't need to be deep or steady, like warmth that doesn't have to last. There's no beginning and no end, just this moment, this stillness, this quiet becoming of what already exists, not something new, not something earned, but simply allowed. There's a quiet rhythm to this stillness, not one you've summoned or shaped, but one that has been here all along, beneath every breath you didn't notice, beneath every shift in weight you never named. It isn't loud enough to be heard as sound, nor bright enough to appear as light, yet it's present, the way the earth holds still after a storm, not because nothing happened, but because everything has settled into its own shape. You don't need to find it. You aren't meant to reach for it. as it is already where you are. There's no urgency in how your fingers rest on the sheet, no intention behind their placement, no meaning given to whether they're curled or stretched. They simply lie there, as if remembering what stillness feels like when nothing else demands attention. The tips of them may be cool, or maybe warm from a small rise of blood after lying motionless so long. It doesn't matter. There's no need to adjust, no reason to think about temperature or sensation as something that needs fixing. You are not responsible for making anything comfortable. Comfort is not earned through effort. It arrives when the mind stops trying to arrange it. The air in the room has its own weight, not heavy, but present, like a slow breath held just outside your skin. It moves gently across your face and shoulders, as though remembering how to touch you without purpose. There's no need for it to be cool or still or moving at all, just as there's no requirement for any part of this night to follow rules. The dark isn't asking anything from you. Your body isn't waiting for permission to rest, even if sleep never comes. And when the thought arises, not a question, not a demand, but a quiet recognition that perhaps this is how it always was, and maybe you just didn't notice, that there's a kind of peace that doesn't require proof or completion, no signal from your mind or body to confirm its presence. There's room for that too. Not as an idea you accept, not as something you believe, but simply as a feeling that drifts through the edges of awareness like fog over ground in early morning. Oh, it doesn't need to be named. It just is. There are no clocks ticking inside your head now, not really. The numbers don't flash behind your eyelids, and even if they did, there would be no demand for them to change. You can feel the time passing not by how much you've lost or gained, but simply in the way your breath slows when it wants to, without being told. There's a kind of continuity here that doesn't depend on minutes. It isn't measured in hours gone or moments missed. It is something older than counting, something that exists whether anyone sees it or not. You might notice now how your chest rises and falls with no direction given. Not deep, not shallow, just moving as the body allows, like a leaf drifting on water where there's no current to guide it. There's no goal in its rhythm, no need for it to be regular or strong. It just is. And that absence of purpose isn't emptiness, it's space. Space that doesn't have to do anything except be. There's warmth pooling low in your belly, not because you tried to create it, but because the body remembers how to hold heat when no one asks for performance. You're not supposed to generate comfort or ease. You don't need to produce a feeling so someone else can say, "Look, he's relaxed." That is what this is about. You are not being tested on whether you can sleep. No one is watching. There is no score, not even the quietest version of yourself from earlier in the night, when every breath felt like an act of resistance, is present anymore. The tension that once lived under your jaw, between your shoulder blades, behind